What's up everybody, I'm Grant Burton. I am live on twitch.tv/the_Grant Burton. If you are watching, you can follow me there as well. That would be really appreciated. As you can see also, I am playing Man-Eater. Chopping down on this game, seeing how far I can get through.
Routine micro practices of risk management haven't really been effective in cleaning up this area.
I've also got some big topics to discuss throughout this stream, so let's see if I can remember how to play. Right. So where the hell am I at? Kill 10 groupers. Okie dokie. So here's where I'm at with this game at the moment. Played it last week for an hour and a half roughly. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a great game by any means, but I'm surprised by it. I'm a little impressed by some of the stuff that's in it. Oh, what we have here. Collect all license plates, alright. Wasn't very well hidden, that one. Like, if you've got a giant license plate that's spinning in the sea, it's going to stick up because, you know, they shouldn't be there. That's a grouper. Have I got to hop over? How do I get over there? Right, so there is something I've got to get through. There must be like a tunnel or something. Am I being stupid or am I blind? I don't know what's going on here. Am I even capable of getting over there yet? Does the map have to open up a bit more? I mean, what's that? If I remember rightly, I actually got here through this location here. Huh. Ah. Yeah, I think I'm just being a bit of an idiot today. There we go. Come on. That was a turtle, not a grouper. I think I've got to be in the exact area that it's saying. But if you are watching live on Twitch, just so you know, you can also go to my YouTube channel. There is a link in my profile somewhere about that. And I would appreciate any support you want to give me over there. A subscription would be brilliant. I post content every Saturday, midday GMT, concerning film and TV. And there's a grate here apparently. Where is this grate? I feel like that's hidden. This week I can say that I will be posting a review of Star Trek Discovery Season 3, and boy do I have thoughts about that. Not all of them are good. And I will also be posting a video all about my most anticipated films, TV shows and video games of 2021. Although let's face it, some of the content on there is my most anticipated stuff of 2020 because, let's face it, 2020 kinda didn't happen. somewhere now. Being a shark, it does mean you are kind of limited in the way you can combat your enemies. I know there are upgrades you can get, like you can whip them with your tail and stuff, but right now all I can do is chomp on them, which basically means I'm button mashing. I do not want to go toe-to-toe with that alligator. Let's get into the first topic, shall we? Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Season 4, or Part 4, depending on what you want to call it. So this is the final season of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I like this show. I thought this was a good season, until it wasn't. Yeah, it was good all the way through until the final episode, and we'll get into why that is in just a bit. But basically, this season, every episode she's dealing with a new type of eldritch terror who's come to town to cause havoc, basically. And it means that every episode has like a different adventure for them to go on. I think at this point the characters are all well developed, they're all likable. Like, throughout this series run, I've always been a little... what's the word? Not so keen on a couple of the side characters, but this season I think they won me over.
Have made a home near the retired nuclear cooling towers. This is a great opportunity for the shark to test the theory that exposure to gamma rays gives you superpowers.
But one of the notable things this season is that there are side characters who don't really have a lot to do. I mean, there's one called Theo, who's a major side character throughout this run, who's literally this season just there. He doesn't get much to say, he doesn't get much to do. In fact, the only way in which he's important is in that he has a relationship with another character who at one point is important to the story. And it's odd to have a character that's been so important at this point sidelined for no real reason. It's as if they've just ran out of stories or ideas to give this character, which of course it kind of makes sense now that it's the final season, because it's pretty clear that they didn't have many ideas for some of the characters. Oh no. I did not want that out. Who would win in a fight between a shark and an alligator? Like, really? I don't know. Like, do they even live in the same waters? Because alligators are usually in like the south part of North America and like more tropical regions, whereas sharks are much more in like beaches and really warm locations. I don't know. I don't know much about sharks or alligators, to be honest. Anyway, back to Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I did like the season overall, but the problem is, honestly, most of the problems are with the final episode. The final episode comes along and it just feels like maybe they weren't actually planning on it being the final episode. There's very little closure given to any of the characters, any of the stories, or any of their relationships. Now, I could say this is what happens to this character. The main character, Sabrina herself, is given some sort of closure, but it's no way at all satisfactory. It's actually incredibly disappointing. Whereas other characters, it's like they feel completely unfulfilled. It feels like they were just put to the sidelines for this one story to wrap up the main character story. So I have to wonder, was the season made with it being the final season in mind? Because it seems like maybe it wasn't. It seems like maybe halfway through they found out this is going to be the final season, so they started to come up with ideas, only they didn't have enough time or episodes to actually do it. The best episode of the season, though, came right before the final episode. And that episode is very fun indeed, because it brings back the original Aunt Zelda and Aunt Hilda, Beth Broderick and Caroline Rhea from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and it's brilliant to see them again interacting in this world, and they do a good job of actually bringing them in, acknowledging their past in a certain way, but also making it make sense. So I really liked it. It was a fun episode. The annoying things about that episode, though, is that there's another character who they bring back. Only this character's not played by the same person, and it's very distracting when you notice that it's not played by the same person, because it looks like very little attempt has been made to make it sound or look like the same person. You bless me, that was a sneeze. There's also, in this one episode, one character who was very noticeably not there from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They've gone all the distance, but they've like dropped it like the big one. I don't think it's a big spoiler to say that Melissa Joan Hart is not in this season. It's not in this show at all, and it feels like a big wasted opportunity. But yeah, overall, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I do think it's a good show. I do think this season as a whole was good, but the ending was disappointing. Albino Barracuda. You know what, let's go straight into my next topic. One of my favourite films of all time, a film that I think is near on a masterpiece and should be watched by everyone at some point, is The Great Escape. So The Great Escape, it's got a big ensemble cast, probably best known though for being Steve McQueen's probably his most iconic role outside of like Bullet. It's a great film, I think, and it's a film that I can watch over and over again, and there's not many films that I can do that with. But getting more to the point now, I had no idea there was a sequel to The Great Escape. Oh, I do not want to mess with that guy. But yeah, there's a sequel to The Great Escape called The Great Escape 2, The Untold Story. And it was made for TV in 1988, so that's what, 23 years later? Yeah, no, 25 years later. It stars Christopher Reeve in the lead role. It's also got a young Judd Hirsch. Ian McShane's in there as well. It's not as star-studded as the original movie. It's not as good as the... Oh, this alligator's getting on my nerves. It's not as good as the original movie either. But it's definitely interesting. I don't think it's bad at all. So what it is, it's a two-part mini-series basically. And the first part is all about them escaping from the prison camp. The first part is actually more of a remake of The Great Escape than a sequel to The Great Escape. which is odd. Why would you want to remake it while also being a sequel? Why not just be one or the other? But anyway, they remake the escape moments of The Great Escape, and it's distractingly not as good as the original Great Escape. And then it's all about trying to get out of Germany and survive the war, basically. And this is a two-part miniseries, like I said. Each part is like an hour and a half long. They're like feature-length episodes. The second part of the miniseries is actually set after the war. And it's all about them trying to hunt down the Gestapo and the people responsible for murdering the prisoners of war. And this is where this miniseries really comes into its own, and where it really sets itself apart from the original movie. Not necessarily in a good way. I don't think neither part of this miniseries is as good as the original movie. And that's the biggest problem, is that the original movie is so iconic and so good that anything that's using its name or trying to be The Great Escape in any way, shape or form is always going to fall short. But I did enjoy the show overall. I don't know how accurate it is. It does feel, particularly in the second half, that they're taking some liberties with the stories and the characters. I doubt it's entirely accurate. It also feels in the second part that they're really rushing through the content. Like, there's constant speech and talking going on in the second part. It would have been a bit better, I think, if they had spread things out a bit more and actually slowed things down. But of course, at that point, it was already a 3-hour TV movie, essentially split into two parts. So maybe it should have been, I don't know, maybe there should have been another hour and a half part of the film. But yeah, Great Escape 2, didn't know it existed, didn't hurt to go and try it out and watch it. I did enjoy it. It's not good, it's not great, but it's definitely interesting. There are definitely things in there that I liked. Christopher Reeve, for example, I thought he was actually quite good. And Ian McShane, I'm always a fan of Ian McShane. So yeah, The Great Escape 2, it basically demonstrates you should never... I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, completely blanked on what I was going to say. Oh, this albino alligator is getting really on my nerves now. I didn't know I could do that. All this time I've been using it as like a little boost to do this, to just push myself along, but it turns out you don't just push the left arm stick, you hold it down and he swims faster. I didn't know that. Wow. Sorry for all of my slow swimming around this water. It turns out I can do it quickly. Right, but where the hell am I going? Destroy the target. Let's do that. No, can't go through there. How do I get there? Need to go around this island. That albino alligator's still following me, isn't he? Oh.
While most know him as the friendly face of Captain Winky's Fish and Chips, in real life, the pirate was a genocidal monster who murdered and enslaved thousands.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this game was good, but I am definitely enjoying it. There is something
Over the course
fun
of a bull
about
shark's
it.
life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam.
Where's this target I'm supposed to destroy? It's going to be really hard when I'm being chased down by every sodden fish in the sea.
A school of barracuda frequents the waters around Trash Island, where they enjoy a steady diet of hypodermic needles and used pregnancy tests.
Well, was that the target? Did I just do the objective there? Yeah. Alright, I just accidentally completed the mission. Let's get on to the next topic though. Roku. How many times have you ever spoken about Roku? So Roku is the streaming box service thing. They've recently bought Quibi's content. So Quibi was a online streaming service of sorts. Well, yeah, it was an online streaming service. But unlike Netflix or Amazon or HBO Max or whatever, they weren't doing long form content. They weren't doing like TV shows or movies in the typical sense. They were focusing much more on shorter content. The sort of things you would expect to get on YouTube, for example. 10-minute short videos. Sometimes they would split in like their movies into chunks rather than full like 90 to 120 minute movies. It was an interesting thing, but I think the problem that Quibi had is that it launched during a time when nobody wanted this content because everyone was stuck at home in a pandemic. So the content they were making was designed to be watched on the go in short bursts, like on your break at work or something like that, or on the bus or whatever. Only nobody could do that. And sitting at home, you kind of want content that's going to last you longer than 10 minutes. So, long story short, Quibi went out of business, but they did put a lot of content out there, and there's still content from Quibi that's yet to actually get released. Roku's bought that now, and they will release all the content that Quibi had, as well as all the content that's yet to come, on their streaming service called the Roku channel, so anyone with a Roku device can watch the Quibi content absolutely free. Great, because I'm sure Quibi actually does have good content on there. One of the things I've heard good things about is Reno 911. Now, I'm actually quite a fan of Reno 911. It was a comedy series on Comedy Central, I think, in the States, and it even got a spin-off movie, Reno 911 Miami. It's definitely not for everyone. The humor in there is crass at times and rude and edgy in certain ways and childish in other ways. But I think Reno 911 is the perfect example of content that could definitely work in this short form media. So personally, as someone who owns a Roku device, I am absolutely thrilled that I can finally watch the new updated Reno 911. And quite honest, I don't know what else is on, what else Quibi made. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the story because I really want to watch Reno 911 again, because I missed that show. Oh.
The Needletooth Nightmare, the Barracuda.
Sounds like a wrestler. The Needletooth Nightmare. Well, this isn't helping. Oh, no. I need help. Sorry, Turtle. I need you more than you need your life. Oh.
In this pitiless ocean, more often than not, promising young man-eaters are reduced to flotsam, regardless of their own talent for reducing other things to flotsam. Since the mid-20th century, an increasing number of oceanographers have warned about uncontrolled development of the sea.
Right. Undiscovered. So what could that be? Let's have a look there. Try some different things for change. How far through the story am I? Because it does tell you, doesn't it? 32%. And I did look it up after the last time I played that this is a shorter form RPG. In that it's only about 10 hours long, I think. Yeah, I cannot jump that high.
Until local police departments settle a dispute over jurisdiction, these two remain a popular attraction for selfie-seeking snorkelers.
Everlasting love taken to the extreme. Alright, where shall I go? Where shall I go? What is that? Let's have a look here. Can I upgrade at all? Anything? Oh, I can. This evolution releases an electrical charge each time you bite, giving you lightning teeth. Lightning. Oh, alright. Okie dokie. That's interesting. I might as well. Oh man, I need to go back to my bloody grotto. Right. Well, it's just down here. Right, let's upgrade now. There we go. Lightning teeth. Arrgh. Can't come in my grotto. Is there a special way to use these lightning teeth, or on release you release an electrical shock inflicting 2 damage but in 1 stance. So is it automatic? I don't actually have to push a button. Okay. Do I dare take on the alligator? That's like a lot stronger than me. No, not gonna risk that. Let's go for this one. Next topic. Sex and the City. So Sex and the City, a TV show I've never actually watched. So what could I possibly have to say about this? Well, they're bringing it back. Yeah, they're doing another series of Sex and the City on HBO Max in America. Only thing is, Kim Cattrall isn't coming back. Everyone except her is, and it makes sense because Kim Cattrall has said some stuff about her castmates and about her time on the show and on the movies that some people didn't like, and it might affect their relationship. It could make things pretty awkward, let's say. So it makes perfect sense why she's not coming back. However, again, I have not seen Sex in the City. I have to imagine her absence will open up a hole in this show. And yeah, some fans of the show aren't going to be happy about it. But it's also a case of, at least from what I've seen of these actors in other things and so on, Kim Cattrall's actually one of the better of the all cast. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Sex and the City's coming back. Some people will love it probably, but it's not going to be the same. So just be aware of that. Don't know what it means for the UK because we don't have HBO Max. It'll probably be on Sky Atlantic or something. Yeah, that's that story. Oh, I've just noticed I can whip my tail now. It's hard to attack when your target's going around in circles.
The Predator is vulnerable outside of her liquid element.
There we go. Where's this? Was that the target that I was meant to take out? Have I accidentally done an objective yet again? Damn, I'm good at this game, aren't I? Right, where are we heading now? All the way up there. You could say my progress in this game so far is going swimmingly. You could say that, but I would advise against it. I've got a feeling I'm swimming right towards a dead end. I'm also swimming in completely the wrong direction. How does that happen? Why is it pointing me over there? Where the hell's this objective? The objective's up here. But it's pointing me to somewhere down here. Right. This is a problem I had last time I played the game. Navigation, not easy. Because a lot of open world games these days have some sort of mini-map. But of course it doesn't make sense for a shark to have a mini-map. I mean, even if it had like a map on its fin or something, like the shark fin's not going to reach its face, is it? It's not going to be able to look at it. So it makes sense not having the mini map, but it would have been a little handy. Why would you go swimming in this water? I've just seen a bunch of humans. I mean, look at it. It's a dump. There's literally radioactive waste sitting in it in certain areas. Wait, where are them humans? Because I'm going to kill them. I love the chomping sound. Now, I thought I had to kill them humans, but on killing them it didn't come up to say, oh, good job, you killed them. So, yeah. Let's get on to the next topic. Deadpool 3. So the first two Deadpool movies starring Ryan Reynolds, pretty good. I prefer the second one over the first. But they were made by Fox, and they were part of the X-Men franchise, which is now finished because Disney bought Fox. And we've all been waiting to find out, is Deadpool going to be coming to the MCU? Are we going to get Deadpool and X-Men movies? And for the first time, the head of Marvel Films, the head of Marvel Studios, has confirmed that yes, we are indeed going to be getting another Deadpool movie. This time, it will be part of the MCU. And that's great. But it's also going to be R-rated, which is the real interesting part of this, because it's a Disney movie at the end of the day. It's a Marvel movie. They've never done an R-rated one yet.
The Needle-Tooth Nightmare, the Barracuda.
So, depending on how well this does, depending on how they release it, this could open up a whole world of possibilities for Marvel movies. I have to imagine the long in development now Blade movie starring Mahershala Ali is probably going to be R-rated too. I would like to think it's R-rated. Maybe they're waiting to see if Deadpool does well enough before they confirm anything on that front. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is back. He's also involved in writing it. Last I heard, the writers of Bob's Burgers are going to be writing this movie. You have to imagine they're at least going to reference the X-Men movies. Even though the X-Men do not exist in this MCU franchise yet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this simply because of the possibilities that it opens up. hopefully they stick to the R rating. Hopefully they don't like hold back and think, oh, that's too R rated, let's get rid of that.
Excessive
So,
and dangerous lifestyle often results in serious injury for the shark.
I need health. Give me the turtle. Sorry, turtle.
Barracuda. While most recognize it as the title of a classic rock radio staple, did you know that it's also a fish? Well, it's true.
Last time I was streaming this game, I was commenting on the narrator, because I wasn't entirely sure who it was. Well, it turns out it's Chris Parnell, who's probably best known for... Archer. But he's done a bunch of things. Chances are you know the voice, you'll know who he is if you see him, but... yeah, good voice actor. Oh, man. I'll see how high-powered this target is, and I'll also go to that.
One must be quick to dodge the savage slash of the Barracuda's underbite.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's getting nighttime. There is a day-night cycle in this game, I noticed. I've gone around the full circle. I don't know where this is.
These scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus.
Maybe they're on the surface. Or maybe it's in there and I can't get in there yet. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh man.
Free recipes are available upon request from the Gulf Coast Fisheries Association in their pamphlet, 8 Ways to Prepare Bull Shark. Here, it's difficult to miss humans' impact on
Alright,
the
well I can
natural
upgrade
world.
now. Okie dokie. Reach infamy rank 2. And then check on Scaly Pete. So, infamy rank 2, that basically means I've got to just cause chaos here. And the best way to cause chaos is to kill people. And people are on the surface of the water, so let's have a look. I see a boat, or a skiff.
Nothing combines the immediate threat of drowning with the primal terror of mutilation like a shark attacking a boat.
Right. Come on, where are you people? Halfway there to level 1. I'm assuming that's my infamy level in the top corner. The game doesn't really do a great job explaining some of its systems. But here we go.
That's something.
Yep, that is something. Come on.
Port Clovis responds with swift retributive action.
Oh, he's dead. Bobby Bajangles. What a name.
The bartender life in it, Bobby Bojangles. Right there.
Hey,
Time
got
will
it.
tell whether government actions can diminish Port Clovis's reputation as a shark attack hotspot. Sharks are responsible for just 3% of hunter deaths. Drugs, alcohol, and poor firearm handling account for the rest.
Yeah, I feel like if I go underwater, I will be less likely to be seen. Check on Scaly Pete, that's my current objective. Again, I gotta go to the bloody grotto. Yeah, I want to equip that because that looks like a really handy upgrade. Something to do with my health. And I'm in combat, so I can't. Let's get to the final news story, why not? Lucasfilm Games. So a long time ago, in a galaxy very close to home, there was a company called Lucasfilm.
Draws to a close.
And when video games about Star Wars or any other Lucasfilm IP were made, it was made under LucasArts. Well, Lucasfilm was bought by Disney, and LucasArts ceased to be.
Once more, the shark turns back to this place of centered calm.
And then all the video game rights to Star Wars were given to EA Games. And they had a 10-year contract to make Star Wars games. And I forgot to add the upgrade. And that 10-year contract expires in 2023, so there's still 2 years left. And there have been reports over the years that maybe Disney and Lucasfilm aren't entirely pleased with the work done by EA. I mean, because it did take them a while to actually get some games out there, and then the first couple of games that they released had a lot of controversy surrounding them. Battlefront, the first time round, didn't have a huge amount of content in there, so some people were pretty miffed about that. Then the second Battlefront was mired in controversy about microtransactions. Was it gambling? Was it the progression in the game fair? Or a bunch of stuff. That's a whole other topic though. So it took EA a while to finally get the hang of making the Star Wars games. And now Lucasfilm has set up Lucasfilm Games, which essentially what this is going to be is every time a Star Wars game is released or a game based on a Lucasfilm IP, at the beginning of the game when you launch it, it's going to have a screen that basically says Lucasfilm Games, like a Marvel Studios movie. At the beginning of that, it tells you it's Marvel Studios.
That's Kyle, my son. He's just here for the summer. Studies marine biology. Look at that. I got one hand can still tie a hook. You got two who can barely tie his shoes. Must get that from his mom. Yeah. He used to help my daddy around. Spent a lot of time together. But we wasn't close. He was a shark gunner, that's all it was. If anybody was gonna catch the mega, it'd be him. Thought it was a government experiment, got himself loose. Boy, he wanted that job. Wanted it bad. Found it once. Didn't catch it, no.
What happened to your father? What happened?
Look, I ain't got time to answer questions all day. Got work to do.
Oh, what a sad story. What a sad story from
Just
a guy
like
with a
Kyle
hook hand
McLaughlin,
who
our
clearly
young
looks like a
bull is
villain.
the inheritor of a long family tradition, struggling to find her place in the world.
But yeah, Lucasfilm Games, back to that. You might be thinking, well, what's the news here? It's just a way of branding the games. Well, yes. But what's really interesting is the possibilities this opens up, especially with the deal with EA coming to an end in 2023. They could of course extend that deal, but I doubt that's going to happen. What I think will happen is Lucasfilm Games will be the managerial side of the video game of Lucasfilm's property. And they're going to license out the games to various developers and companies to say, hey, you want to make a video game about Star Wars or Indiana Jones or whatever? Have at it. I think they're going to keep a relationship with EA in that they're probably going to want to continue making Star Wars Jedi games, as in the sequels to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, because that game was good and it was very successful. I also imagine we will be getting another Battlefront game at some point. Maybe even another Star Wars Squadrons game or something of that like. But the fact is, being stuck in EA games is limiting the array of Star Wars games that we can get. Because EA games, as talented as many of the developers there are only so many developers there, and they are limited by their experiences and the type of games that they make. So by branching out and basically going all around the world and giving different developers from different parts of the world and different cultures a chance to make Star Wars games, it really opens up the possibilities. It's very exciting. So I have to imagine the deal with EA is coming to an end, but we're still going to get EA Star Wars games. And Star Wars games really are the big ones here. Again, I did mention Indiana Jones there. Yeah, let's not forget Indiana Jones is the property of Lucasfilm as well. We are getting an Indiana Jones movie from Disney and Lucasfilm at some point.
The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor.
We're also getting Disney Plus Willow TV show, which is a sequel to the film starring Warwick Davis. There is some news about that actually, now that I've brought that up. Basically, they've lost the director for scheduling conflicts. But the show's still being made. So if you like Willow, lucky you, you're getting a Willow TV show. I've never actually seen Willow. Is it actually any good, or is it one of them films where people like it but it's not really a good film? I don't know, I haven't got a clue.
A bounty has been put out, and now a dangerous army of lawless, trigger-happy sadists begin shooting anything that moves.
Say what you want. Them hobos, good workers. Unlike my so-called son, Kyle. That's why I pay him to stay on the lookout for that shark.
Yeah, navigating this world is really becoming a pain in the arse. It's annoying that I keep having to pull up the map to figure out where the hell I'm going. And I keep end up going into dead ends. Yeah, I do like this game. Not gonna say it's good, but I'm definitely enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to be playing too much more of it though.
Handyman special overlooking breathtaking panoramic lake views. Open living with vintage appeal. Call Deadpool.
Is this the way I'm meant to go? No, yet again I'm meant to do a dead end. Is this the way? No, again, I'm heading to a dead end. That should slow them down. Is this? Yes, this is the way I'm going. Let's just have a look. Have I missed anything up here? I mean, there's whatever the hell that is. Consume 5 humans.
Golden Shores was built as vacation residences for wealthy out-of-towners, with spectacular ocean views, private beach access, and a gate to keep out the locals.
I mean, the water looks cleaner. Definitely more blue. But there's still a lot of crap in it. If you're one of my regular YouTube viewers, or even if you're on Twitch, I am still working on starting up a video game centric YouTube channel, separate from my film and TV content. So if watching these streams isn't for you, then sorry.
No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage can.
where's the entrance to this grotto? Huh. Ah. I thought I went full circle there and didn't find it. But no, here we go.
The shark returns to the grotto to focus on personal transformation.
Right. Bunch more of objectives now. Consume 10 humans, kill 10 catfish, kill 10. The problem with having the game based on a shark is the only thing you can really do is eat or kill. Not a lot of variety in the objectives. We will go to this one first. And I'll tell you what, I will do this objective and that will probably be the end of this week's stream. I've run out of news stories. So let's see if I can get this done. If you like my streams, let me know in the comments. So if you're watching on Twitch, leave a comment in the chat. You can watch along live, you can engage in comments, have a bit of a conversation. It will make these streams more entertaining for me and you. So I do encourage you to get involved with the streams. But if you're also on Twitch, give me a follow on there. I really appreciate that. If you're watching this on YouTube, give me a subscription on there. It's totally free. Subscription does not mean you have to give me money. But yeah, my YouTube channel at the minute, it is primarily film and TV related. Is that another? It's a Mako. It's not all video game stuff. Like I said, I am going to be making a video game centric channel for those of you who might not like the video game stuff that I do, or just aren't interested in it. But you can also catch me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Grant Burton. That's the best place to find everything that I do. I put everything on Twitter and Instagram. Well, on Twitter. Including my own thoughts and opinions on various topics as they happen.
The best way to catch a kingfish is with a wire leader twin treble bait rig on a 7-foot rod. Or you can just be a shark.
And that's at @the_Grant Burton. Bloody thing's quick, isn't he? Is a Mako a shark? Looks like a shark. Can't see, too much blood. And just be aware that in a couple of weeks Hitman 3 will be releasing and I will be playing the hell out of that game. So expect a lot of streams about Hitman 3. And not necessarily of the weekly variety, they'll probably be every day almost. So you've got that to look forward to if you like my video game streams. I just want to kill a mackerel. Leave me alone. I mean, you can see there's a Mako, 2 Makos and a huge shark in this water here. Why would you be riding a paddle boat here, of all places? No, I do not want to target that. I want this. The mackerel. The enemy that doesn't fight back is my type of enemy.
Nothing gets a kingfish in the mood quite like watching a 73-year-old hit a double bogey. The fact that they've turned the waters off Baton Tordu into a spawning ground attests to their love of seniors golf.
And you know what? That's it. That's my stream this week. I'm gonna end it there because I do have to do some editing and some other stuff, but I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I can see not many people were watching it live on Twitch, which is a shame. But it happens. Until next time though, thanks for watching.